Hi, my name is Alex Carlucci with Gustan Associates at Lone Cabin. This is a tough business, you guys, so I'm here to talk to you about some tough things that happened to me today. People think that they have 20% down and on a $200,000 house, that's 40 grand. They forget about closing costs. So then they get mad at you and then they have to pay PMI because they don't have money to close. So you guys have to understand you need your down payment and you need your closing costs. Closing costs, I'm going to give you a little breakdown on what they are. Closing costs are going to be made up of your underwriting fee, $800 to $1,500 at most banks, somewhere in that range. Appraisal fee, $500 to $700. Credit report fee, $50. Tax service fee, $80. That's just to verify if everything's the tax cert is the property taxes are certified. Flood cert, $15. That's to make sure it's not in a flood zone. Then you're going to have title charges, and that's where it gets really expensive, and that's state to state. I mean, you can have $4 or $5 grand in some states when you come up with all the title charges. Title charges are like lender's insurance and closing fees. And the most expensive part can be these deed transfer stamps that certain towns or cities or states have, and that could be $3,000 or $4,000, if you're in a certain state. So the title charges can range from $2,500 to $6,000, $7,000. So you got to be really careful of that. I would say average is $300 to $3,500 for all the title charges, which include the transfer stamps, which are like a tax stamp for the county. It's like it goes right to their pockets, like a sales tax. So that's a big chunk of change. And then you get the next one, which is going to be your escrow account. Escrow account all depends on the due dates of the property taxes the county you're buying. If the taxes were just paid last month, they're going to only ask for 2 months of taxes into an escrow account. An escrow account is an account that is set up for your taxes to be paid for you by the bank that you're closing with. So if the taxes are due in, like, let's say 3 months from now and you're closing this month, they're going to ask for like 10 months of taxes in your escrow account. If your taxes are $300 a month, that's $3,000. So there's another huge chunk of change. So also, you got to think about a year's worth of insurance. You got to pay for that at closing. Also, you can prepay it before closing, but I like to have my clients pay at closing. And in case they don't close, they don't have to go chase their money down and get a refund. And that could be $700 to $3,500 a year. So I would say average is $9,000 a year. But Florida hurricane insurance is can be $3,000 or $3,500 a year. So there's another chunk. And then they want 3 months of insurance in your escrow account. And that's your escrow account, so your tax and insurance. So that's another $3 or $4 grand. So then you got interest per day. That's from the day you close until the end of the month. So basically it's your mortgage payment. It's not really a charge, but again, it's closing costs that you need to have to close. So if you close on the 15th of the month, you got to pay 15 days of interest on a $200,000 loan. That's about $35 a month. That's $600. So you have interest per day as another charge. And in some states, you have lawyers that help you close. Not all states have them, but if you have a lawyer, then there's lawyer fees. Some other miscellaneous fees you might get if you're buying a condo. You got to pay a couple months of assessments. You got to pay for the move-in at the closing. Sometimes condominiums charge extra fees to close for all their condo docs. And that could be $300 or $400. And then there's some other fees. Some real estate companies are now charging an extra fee, $500, $600, and that's a new thing I'm seeing lately. So when you think you got 20% down, or you think you got 5% down, you can't forget about closing costs. Now, the solution to closing costs is ask the seller to credit them to you. Hopefully there's room and the sellers don't mind, selling the house for $200 and giving you closing cost credits to cover all these costs. I'm going to say closing cost averages are $7,000 to $12,000. Somewhere in that range, that's what they're going to be. They could be a little less, they could be a little more, but that's a sweet spot. So you need to talk to your loan officer before you start asking for seller credits. So let's say you want to ask for $10,000 seller credit, and the seller's willing to give it to you. Say the purchase price is $200,000, and you ask for $10,000. Well, conventional, you can't do that. So conventional closing cost credit maximum is 3%. 3% of 200,000 is 6,000. That's the most credit you can get. So if your closing costs are 10 grand and you can only get 6, you have to come up with your percent down that you think in your head, plus an additional 4,000 that you're short. So you can't always get them covered. So conventional is 3% down. If you're going VA, you get 4%. So 4% times 200,000 is 8,000. You'll be 2,000 short if your closing costs are 10 grand. So keep that in mind. If you go FHA, you can do 6%, and 6% of 200,000 is 12,000. Now your closing costs are only 10,000, so you can't ask for 12,000. You could only get as much as the closing cost and escrows that there are. So you have to fine tune that one and reduce it to only 10. You wouldn't ask for the full 6%. And then for jumbo, the closing cost credit is 2%. So, and mostly a jumbo, you'll cover all your closing costs with that. So keep that in mind when you're buying a house. You need to get closing cost credits, and that will make you a lot more understanding of why it's so much money that you have to have in closing. And when you're saving for it, you'll save for that. But always try to ask for closing cost credits if coming up with the money is an issue. I always recommend it, and most of my clients are very happy with that credit. So that's it for me today, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you please like it below, and leave a message for us. If you have a question, we'll get back to you, and share it. We always like if you could share it for us. It helps us with our marketing. Thank you very much.